All right, guys, welcome to this week's Bible story. You can find it in Luke chapter 22, verse 47 through chapter 23, verse 49. We learned a lot from the last 24 hours of Jesus' life on earth so far. So much has happened already. Jesus and the disciples had the Last Supper together. It was there that Jesus revealed that times were about to get very hard for the disciples, but that he would give them peace throughout. The disciples didn't understand what Jesus was talking about. They wondered what could be about to happen. Jesus took the disciples to the garden to pray. After he had prayed for quite a while, suddenly the disciples heard the sound of marching boots. It was a group of Roman soldiers. With them was Judas, one of the disciples. Judas had taken a payment of 30 pieces of silver in order to betray Jesus and turn him over to the Romans. The Roman soldiers arrested Jesus and took him to face the religious leaders. The religious leaders were jealous of Jesus. Jesus was becoming too popular among the people, so they made up things about him and claimed he had broken laws that he actually hadn't. But Jesus didn't defend himself. He kept silent and let them accuse him of these terrible things. What happened next was horrible. The soldiers beat Jesus with a whip. They punched him, kicked him. Then they created a crown made out of thorns and jammed it on his head. He bled terribly. The whole time, Jesus kept silent and didn't fight against them. Jesus was brought before Pilate, a judge of that time. Pilate couldn't find that Jesus had done anything wrong, but the religious leaders insisted that Jesus was guilty. So Pilate let the crowd decide. Pilate asked the crowd what they wanted to do with Jesus. Sadly, the crowd yelled, "Crucify him." To crucify someone meant to nail them to a wooden cross. And this is what happened to Jesus. Jesus was led to the top of a hill outside the city. It is there that the soldiers nailed his hands and feet to a cross. The soldiers laughed at him and made fun of him. Instead of getting angry, Jesus actually prayed, "Father, forgive them. They don't realize what they're doing." Jesus died on the cross that day. But there were a series of choices that happened that led up to his death. You're going to learn all about those tough choices in your lesson. So pay close attention. It could change your life. Thank you for joining us on this week's Bible story.